Hi everybody. Well, this lesson will be very short, I promise. I don't know if you have noticed, maybe you have noticed by doing your own tests, that when we submit the form data, when the page reloads, all the data you entered is lost. That's because we have not yet defined the content of the value attribute of our form fields. So let's do that now. Well, there's no big secret here. It's all something we have already done once or twice in the course. So starting here in the translation title field, I will call the value of the field like this. That means I will use the same value entered by the user to populate the field again when the page is refreshed. When there is no value, of course, it goes without saying, the field will show up as empty. This variable title here is the same one as above, okay? This will work because the form will have already been submitted, so the variable will exist. If it doesn't exist, this will return false and nothing will come into the field, of course. We can do the same thing for the singer field. Now the editor field is a little different. I will say this. If there is any value entered by the user, I will take that value and display it in the field. For this, I will use the first parameter of the WP editor function, which is the editor content. I will show you. And the rest is the same as what I had before. Or else, I'll have an empty form. If I don't do that, I won't have an empty form to be completed by the user when they open the page. Alright? Now for the yes or no fields, we know we can use the selected function. The only thing that's different from the examples we saw earlier in the course is the value we use to make the comparison and define which of the two options will be displayed. Now for the other option field. And finally, the URL field is the same as the other text fields right above. That's it. Now we can test it. Let's add one more translation. Submitting the form. And now the page has reloaded, those variables have stored the value that the user has entered, and I'm displaying them here inside. So the users would not lose the value submitted by them. In our plugin, this is not so crucial, but you may need to implement something like this in some other project. So there you have it, okay? Well, now there is just one small problem that we must fix. What if the visitor is not logged in or is not registered on the site? Ideally, they should not have access to this page here, alright? Or if they do, our system should be smart enough to identify that they are not logged in. I could give them two options, log in or create a new user account. This is what we'll start learning in the next lecture. All of this using native functions and the WordPress user administration system. See you next time. Bye-bye.